Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're diving into the extraordinary and turbulent life of Mary, Queen of Scots, a queen of three realms whose destiny was shaped by power, betrayal and family rivalries. We'll answer some of the most compelling questions in British history. Why did a queen with such royal lineage spend nearly 20 years in captivity? Why was she executed by her own cousin, Queen Elizabeth I? How did her bloodline shape the future of the English monarchy? And what role did she play in the broader story of the powerful Tudor dynasty? Let's begin our journey through the remarkable and tragic life of Mary Stuart. Mary Stuart was born on December 8, 1542 at Linlithgow Palace, Scotland. Her parents were King James V of Scotland and Mary of Guise, a French noblewoman. Just 6 days after Mary's birth, her father died, broken by illness and defeat at the Battle of Solway Moss. This tragic moment made Mary the Queen of Scotland before she was even a week old. It's important to understand that Mary was the granddaughter of Margaret Tudor, sister of King Henry VIII and daughter of Henry VII. This royal lineage gave Mary a direct claim to the English throne and placed her squarely in the crosshairs of the Tudor succession. When Mary was just a toddler, England and Scotland tried to forge a union. In 1543, the Treaty of Greenwich proposed that Mary marry Prince Edward, son of Henry VIII. But the Scottish Parliament rejected the match. Henry responded with fury, launching a brutal campaign known as the Rough Wooing. English forces ravaged Scottish lands in an attempt to force the alliance. To protect her, Mary's mother arranged for her to be sent to France in 1548. Forging stronger ties with Catholic allies. At just 5 years old, Mary left her homeland, remaining in France for the next 13 years. In France, Mary thrived at the royal court. She was given an elite education, mastering French, Latin and Italian, and was groomed for royalty. In 1558, at age 15, she married Francis, heir to the French throne. A year later, he became King Francis II, and Mary became Queen Consort of France. But her reign was short-lived. In 1560, Francis died from an ear infection, leaving Mary widowed at only 18. With little power at the French court, she made the bold decision to return to her native Scotland, a country that had changed dramatically in her absence. Mary returned to Scotland in 1561. By this time, the Protestant Reformation had transformed the nation, led by powerful voices like John Knox. As a devout Catholic, Mary now ruled a Protestant-majority kingdom. Though she initially pursued a policy of tolerance, the divide between her faith and her people's beliefs created ongoing tension. In 1565, Mary married her cousin Henry Stuart, Lord Darnley, another descendant of Margaret Tudor. This union strengthened her claim to the English throne, but the marriage was far from harmonious. Darnley was arrogant, jealous, and demanded the crown matrimonial, which Mary refused. Their relationship unravelled quickly, but matters took a darker turn in 1566. That year, Mary's Italian secretary, David Rizzio, was brutally murdered in front of her, stabbed repeatedly by Darnley and his co-conspirators. Mary was pregnant at the time, and the trauma forever altered her view of her husband. Despite the chaos, she gave birth in June 1566 to James, her only son, who would go on to unite the crowns of Scotland and England. But tragedy struck again just months later. In February 1567, Darnley was found dead outside a house that had been blown up with gunpowder. Though his body bore no burns, it showed signs of strangulation. Suspicion immediately turned to James Hepburn, Earl of Bothwell, a powerful noble and Mary's close ally. Just 3 months later, Mary married Bothwell. Historians remain divided. Was Mary manipulated into the marriage, or did she act of her own will? Either way, the union was a political catastrophe. Many believed Bothwell had murdered Darnley, and the marriage ignited a rebellion among Scottish nobles. Mary and Bothwell's forces clashed with rebels at the Battle of Carberry Hill in June 1567. Defeated, Bothwell fled, and Mary was captured and imprisoned at Lochleven Castle. There she was forced to abdicate in favour of her infant son, now crowned James VI, but Mary didn't surrender. In 1568, she escaped with the help of loyal supporters and tried to regain her throne. She was defeated at the Battle of Langside and fled to England, seeking refuge from her cousin, Queen Elizabeth I. Mary believed Elizabeth would help restore her. Instead, Elizabeth saw her as a threat, especially since many Catholics believed Mary was the rightful Queen of England. From 1568 to 1587, Mary lived under house arrest, moved between castles and manors, always watched, never free. During this time, multiple plots were uncovered, plans by Catholic loyalists to assassinate Elizabeth and place Mary on the throne. Though Mary denied involvement, she remained under constant suspicion. In 1586, the most dangerous conspiracy of all emerged, the Babington plot, named after conspirator Anthony Babington. The goal was to kill Elizabeth and crown Mary. Elizabeth's spy master, Francis Walsingham, intercepted secret letters that appeared to show Mary's approval of the plan. This was the final blow. Mary was tried for treason, even though she was not an English subject. She defended herself fiercely, but in 1587, she was found guilty. On February 8, 1587, Mary was executed at Fotheringhay Castle. She wore red, the colour of Catholic martyrdom. Her final moments were dignified, and her death sent shockwaves across Europe. Elizabeth later claimed to have reluctantly signed the warrant, but the execution had already been carried out. Mary may have lost her life, her throne, and her freedom, but her bloodline endured. In 1603, after Elizabeth had died childless, Mary's son, James VI of Scotland, became James I of England, unifying the two kingdoms under the Stuart dynasty. Thus, the woman who had been seen as a threat to the English throne became the mother of its future. Mary, Queen of Scots, lived a life shaped by political intrigue, religious conflict, and personal tragedy. She was Queen of Scotland by birth, Queen of France by marriage, and a rightful heir to the English crown by blood. Her story is not just one of loss and imprisonment, it's the story of how dynastic ambition and religious divisions reshaped Britain forever. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into royal history and the lives that changed the world. See you in the next video.